Hello. So in this video we'll be exploring the plugin Rootblox, which is technically built for responsive headers. So let's head on in exploring Rootblox and how it can impact in your website building experience. I have the Rootblox plugin already pre-installed, so let me guide you in installing the plugin. So heading on to the add new plugin section, and there we go. This is the plugin. So let's head on to the dashboard. So you can activate the free version and allow and continue. Okay. So this is how my home page looks right now. So I have the SaaS launcher theme activated. Now what Rootblox provides are 20 plus pre-built header layouts and 50 plus pre-built footer layouts or patterns, and we have got the advanced responsive menu builder, which is a key feature in this plugin. And there's the Ajax search integrated, where you'll be getting instant search results, and there are some blocks as well. Okay, so these are the available blocks for the plugin. So there's the header builder and footer builder blocks, and the copyright builder, and business hours and contact info blocks. Okay, that's a quick tour on what are the features for our plugin Rootblox, and we'll be exploring more in the upcoming videos as well. So specifically in this video we'll be covering on building the responsive header using this plugin. So heading on to the site editor, and okay, I'll be removing the current header right now, and I'll be adding the header builder block. And please make sure this header builder block is nested inside of this header template block. And okay, let's add some patterns, available patterns for the header, and let's import this layout. So quickly adding the site logo. Okay, upload files. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll be setting to maybe 40 image width, and maybe let's save this for now, and let's check the front end part of the site. So that's how this looks right now. And for the footer as well, I'll be removing the current footer, and similarly I'll be adding the footer builder block, and you can choose from the variety of patterns available, so whichever suits your need the best. So this is the current one I have. Okay. And there we go. So I'll just adjust the size right now to maybe 40 pixel, and there we go. So this background seems a bit dark shaded right now. Let me make this a bit lighter. Okay. Okay, there we go. And there's this back to top button as well in the footer builder block available right there. So I'll can enable or disable this option quite easily. Okay, now heading on to the header builder, let's check something, maybe replacing the pattern to this one, and maybe saving the template. Okay, now that's the pattern replaced. And since this menu or header contains quite a lot of information, so managing these informations in the responsive menu could be a hassle. So let's check how we can manage the responsive view. So by default, there's this Rootblox's default navigation for mobile view. Okay, so the included in the free versions are the site elements like the logo and the title, and there's this navigation bar which opens a sidebar. So that's how it works, and this is the preset layout. Now what we can explore in this responsive navigation in the free version are, okay, so there's this stick header option which is available in the default view. So let's quickly check this feature as well. Okay, in the responsive view it works like so, and in the desktop view it works like so. Now this search overlay settings is for the search bar or the search which opens like so. So to disable this option, you need to go to this search block over here for the desktop version, and there's this option variant in the style where you can either check the default one which works as opposed to with the default functionality provided, and we have this modal search variant which opens a modal for this. So the Ajax search integrated feature is a pro feature which is included in this section over here. Now okay, let's check the mobile view and further dig into the customizations provided by the plugin. Okay, so the responsive menu controls do appear if you choose the option right here between these three options. So the mobile view options appear in this tablet version or the mobile version like so. So these are the extra features for the responsive builder. Now what these are quite handy features. So okay, so let's head on to exploring the features. So these are the site identity settings available over here. Let me just refresh the page so that the site logo appears in the responsive navigation. Okay, there we go. And the site identity options for this particular layout is controlled through this section over here, where you can enable or disable the logo over there, and the site title as well, and there's this width as well where you can set to this. So I'll be defaulting to the default presets, and the sidebar settings are so what's unique with this setting over here is you can add 3 flex boxes which represents the 3 sections in the header. So I'll be removing this one over here and maybe this one over here, and maybe let's interchange the element. So the third box, let's let's remove this for now. So that's how you can pick and replace the elements. So let's switch back to the default. Okay, now as you can see, these are the pro features which you can add in this header respectively. Now let's head on to the sidebar settings available in the free version. So that's the free version over here, and what you get is the similar option with the site identity settings for the sidebar variation. And what's unique for this variant is that we have the responsive menu picker, where you can display a different menu from the desktop version. So let me show you a quick demonstration on using this feature. It could be quite handy. Now this is the current menu available, so I'll be editing this menu and maybe adding these pages over here. Okay. 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 Now let me name this menu to desktop navigation, and let me hit the save button. Okay, now let's quickly create a new menu for the mobile navigation. So let's add some pages. So my account, maybe, so this is the shop page as well, and maybe check out, oops, okay, let's add the page link for checkout. So here's a quick guide on creating a sub menu. You can just drag this element and put it inside of any element, so this becomes a sub menu. Okay, so let's add some other pages as well, maybe the sample page. Okay, and let's quickly rename the menu to mobile menu. Okay, now let's hit the save button. So for this variant, let's switch back to the desktop one. You can click this, and okay, that's the desktop variation. Now let's head on to choosing the mobile variation in the sidebar options. So if we switch the menu over here, you'll have two different menus. In the desktop variation we have this, and in the mobile variation we have this version of the menu. So this could be a handy feature. Now let's check what Pro has to offer. So upgrading to the Pro version, we have these features pricing over here. We have the plugins pricing over here. Okay, so if you already have a license and need to activate the license, you can go to the plugins section, and in the Rootblox section you'll have a activate license option over here. So you can enter your license key, and there we go, we have the Pro version activated. Okay, let me just refresh the editor. Okay, so let's check the responsive builder first for Pro features. What you can get in the Pro feature are these extra options in the sidebar setting, where you'll be able to add this CTA button. And let's check the preview first. So that's the layout you'll be getting in the Pro versions default preset. So let's add some, maybe a phone number like so, and you can add this to look at that. So in the mobile version, this will be directly redirected to the caller phone, and maybe add an email here. Okay, and these are the social links available, and you can add the links over to these sections for the respective ones, for the respective social handles. So let's check the preview, what looks like. Okay, that's how it looks right now. So let me save the changes for now, and okay, that's pretty much about the sidebar panel. Now let's work in this section over here. Now heading on to this responsive menu settings, where we can work with the flex boxes. So we can add the my account section here, search over here, and mini cart over here. So let's hit the save button. Since I don't have WooCommerce activated right now, the remaining options don't pop up as expected. So let's activate the WooCommerce plugin. Okay, there they are. So this is the account page and the cart integrated like so. Now let's see how the Ajax search works. So the search overlay options has these variations. So by default it searches for the posts in the site. So let me show you how the search works. So if I type on something like this, okay, that's the instant result shown. Now for the desktop variation as well, it works similarly. It works the same. So if I search for any poster, okay, that's the fallback for if the search doesn't find anything. And you can change the heading level over to products and switch this to product. Then this search works as an Ajax search for product as well. So if I search for something, or maybe let's check if I have any products available. Okay, here are my default products. So let's try the search again. Now if I search for anything, maybe, okay, there's the product search results. Now similarly for the mobile variant as well, that's how it displays in the mobile variant. Now the next handy feature is that let's explore some features for the sticky styles. Now here's the backdrop blur, Now with a combination of responsive menu styles, background, if we slightly decrease the opacity, we'll be able to see this filter over here with a backdrop filter, and this works for the desktop variation as well. So if you head on to the desktop variation and okay, there's no background, set this for this group. So if I add a background, maybe a bit, it's the opacity and decrease the padding, and maybe leave the top part to the top. So there we go. Okay, I guess there's the background set in this inner block. Okay, so let's reset this background where similarly remove the background. Okay, that's how it's supposed to work. Okay, that's all for this video in building a responsive header with the plugin Rootblox.